So ये एक एक्सीडेंट हुआ. एक्चुअली मैं डांस में काफ़ी असफल रहा, बट समहाउ मुझे लगा कि डांस के साथ मुझे कुछ करना चाहिए, बिकॉज समवेयर आई फील वेरी कॉन्फिडेंट. जो फिटनेस क्लासेस मैंने शुरू की, मैंने एग्जाम दिए, मैंने पास हुआ, मैं फिर वहाँ पे सफल रहा. एवरीथिंग फैसिनेटेड मी, पीपल फैसिनेटेड मी, सब्जेक्ट्स फैसिनेटेड मी. आई ऑलवेज सेड दैट इफ आई गेट अ वाइफ, it should be like her, because she was so dignified. I couldn't ever open my mouth and say I need work. We slept outside, our toilets were outside, you know. I like that, I love that aspect of my life. पर सामने जब तुम आते हो, कुछ भी कहने से डरता है.
These are going to be quick, short questions based on your career background, your skills, your expertise, everything all together.
Okay. Fair enough.
So I begin with question 1. What is dance according to Terence Lewis?
It's poetry in motion.
Wow. I think you spoke it all.
Frank, the
Very
shortest
beautiful.
answer.
But very deep indeed.
Yeah.
I can understand. I can
Poetry
relate
in
it
motion.
completely.
It's like emotion, energy, physical energy in motion.
Yeah.
Emotion.
Wow. Beautiful. Top 3 qualities needed to be a successful choreographer.
Definitely you need to be a dancer first.
Yeah.
Because you don't need to be a phenomenally athletic, skilled dancer, but you need to have the basics of dance for sure. Certain amount of versatility. Most importantly, a very creative and visualizing mind.
Right.
Somebody who can visualize it, who thinks differently, who has the ability to kind of, put things together. Basically, somebody who can construct, deconstruct and reconstruct. And yeah, most importantly, you will need to have people skills. Because as a
People
leader,
handling skills, to be specific. Yeah.
because you'll have to kind of, figure out how to kind of handle people, actors, handle their egos, handle all of that.
Right.
So a certain amount of people skills.
And this is something that I'm really interested and eager to know from you. Millions of people are fond of Terence Lewis. Who is Terence Lewis fond of?
Not one, because there's been so many people who have influenced me, so it's very hard to pick
I
up
remember
one
you spoke
person.
about a German teacher.
Yes, Susanna Linker for sure, because she was the first one who spotted the talent in me and gave me a chance.
Right.
So yeah, I'm fond of her as a person. I think a person that I really look up to is a teacher of mine, again my guru, David Zambrano.
Okay.
He's from Venezuela and lives in Amsterdam and Brussels, and I really look up to him as a teacher, as a guide, as a philosopher, as somebody who really has been able to have, and has a great sense of humor. Right. Like he has the most uncanny, wittiest sense of humor, and yet insane amount of sensitivity.
Wow.
He's like a 55, 58, 60-year-old man, white hair. But what a teacher. And he dances and moves at this age faster and quicker than a 20-year-old.
Amazing.
And it's very tough. His technique is super tough, flying low. He originated the technique flying low, which is what I use now for my contemporary dance performances. I really look up to a person like that. What life experience he has. He's just making you laugh all the time. I really am fond of him. David Zambrano.
Terence, my next question is, what are the major challenges in an outdoor choreography?
I think the sunlight. Because when you're in outdoor choreography, you're looking, if it's a day shoot, you are definitely screwed, because if the sun is too harsh, then you can't shoot. Because if it's a song, it has to be in the same zone, then the sun has to be the same quality, the lumen of the light that needs to be on the characters' faces in the sunlight needs to be the constant. It can't flicker. It can't be like, अच्छा एक cloud आ गया तो अब ये scene में उसका चेहरा थोड़ा dull लग रहा है. So to maintain that uniformity for a song, it's really painful to do outdoors. Unless you're in a beautiful location where the weather is constant and there's perfect blue sky. But if you don't have that, it's a problem. Plus the wind factor. Many things, depending on what song, what location, you will have challenges. Also, outdoor crowd. If it's a secluded place, fantastic. But if it's a public place, then it's tough because you're maintaining crowd and, you know, also kind of disconnect with them and just make sure that the work gets done.
Terence, do you remember your first experience as a choreographer for a film?
Yeah, I think Nach. Nach was one of those films which was so intense because I trained Antara for 3 months before we went on the floors. And it was just so magical to see something like contemporary dance being showcased first time on films. And it was just amazing to work with Ramu, Ramu Verma sir. So he was just, you know, just open to seeing something and saying, I like it. And he liked weird stuff. He liked all things that were just out of the box. He was in that zone in his life where anything that was out of the box, I want.
Terence, I've asked you this question before for my blog, but because you answered those 3 wishes so beautifully, I have to ask you in front of the camera for the audience.
I don't remember how I answered it, but I'm going to try again.
I remember, I'll help you recollect it. If you find a genie who grants you 3 wishes, what would these be?
See, financially I'm sorted by the grace of God, and I think I also don't need more in life. You know, if you have more greed, then you have to work that way. So where I am, I think I can manage for the next, you know, till my golden years of my life. I'm fine, I'm sorted in that sense. I have what I have, and I'm very grateful. I really wish if the genie could give me the power to be able to kind of be more instrumental to other people's life, to help them reach that position of security.
Yeah.
You know, if I could contribute in that way, I would just feel so happy. Second is, if somehow we could, as a humanity, work together, not just as a country, but as a humanity, work towards all the natural resources, towards animals, towards the planet, towards water, towards fuel, towards pollution, towards everything as a whole humanity. See, because you're asking me a genie, so I'm giving you the most widest thing in this issue. And for me personally, just one wish for me personally, that I've written this beautiful film, this script with me as an actor in it. It's a film that would otherwise cannot be done with any other actor, because it requires the authenticity of dance. And it requires the character to kind of dance in a certain way, which no other actor in our country can do it. And I just hope, you know, I find this year the right producer, the right team, the right, you know, music director, everything, all of it coming together. Filmmaking is not just about the story, it's about the complete, you know, unit that comes together to make a film beautiful. I would say this is my biggest dream, because I've worked on it for 3 years. The script, it's a beautiful story, it's a heart-wrenching story, it's got the most amazing dance sequences I can ever imagine, and it's never been seen on films before. And it's such a tender love story. It's a tender story, not a love story, but rather it's such a tender story and relationship about a father and daughter. It's beautiful, and I just hope, it's a very mature story. I hope, you know, I'll find the right producer, you know, and the right budgets to kind of really make this film sensibly and beautifully.
By the way, the title is Wonderland.
Yes.
And Terence has really, really worked hard. I'm sure people are going to get that message that you're trying to deliver from your film.
Just put it out there in the universe, because most of the times, you know, if I plan this, I've done my job. I've sat for 3 years, done the scripting, gotten it all right, put it all together. The script is king in this film.
Wow.
The story is king.
On this beautiful note of your upcoming movie, Terence, we end this segment.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for answering it so honestly, so beautifully, and so energetically. Terence,
Yes.
you have beautified and, you know, simplified people's life by adding so much of creativity and so much of, you know, so many things rather in people's life through your exceptional skills in dance, in choreography. We have made a small attempt to pick one picture of yours and beautify it just to shower our gratitude to you.
You will need a lot of work.
just to shower our gratitude in return for all those days that you have entertained us through reality shows, through movies, through stage shows, everything. And I hope you like this small gesture.
Sure. I'd love to see it. Let's see.
Here you go.
Wow, that's beautifully decorated. Nice. That's a beautiful
I
picture.
hope you like it.
I know, it's very nicely done. It feels like I'm in some Diwali zone with all the beautiful, pearls and diamonds and things like that. Yeah.
So I hope you keep this with you till
Absolutely,
the time it
yeah,
stays,
yeah,
and
absolutely.
you remember me, remember the
Yes,
show.
we remember all of you and all the team who was here. Wonderful. Thank you so much for your love.
Thank you so much for coming on this show, Terence. It was a pleasure interviewing you, interacting with you and conversing with you.
Pleasure, guys. Thank you so much.